portrait looking like this, just to give you kind of heads up of where we're going to be at the end of it. You're going to start with your full image here. You're going to select and delete out or mask out the background, and then you're going to apply a filter effect called cutout on it, and then you'll be ready to do the fun smudging part. Let's hop over to your actual file here. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and open it. If I haven't shown you how to open a file, if you're on the home screen here, any recent files you used will be right there. I haven't even saved my file yet that I'm working on. That's why it's not there. So let me go back into it. Saving. I will be going over that at the end of this video again, kind of as a recap. So bear with me. All right. Where are we? All right, we have this photo right here. You can leave it called whatever person you want. That's totally fine. That's kind of like our stock photo here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. The way that I would recommend doing this is clicking and dragging this icon onto the new layer button. Down here in the bottom right of your layers are, like 7 buttons. I'm going to go over what they are. All other videos have this as well, so if this is not our first time doing this, I'll skip this part. This icon here on the far right that looks like a trash can will delete a layer. This one next to it with the plus sign will create a new layer. This one right here will create a folder or a group in which you can keep layers organized. This one right here, the circle, it's like kind of split in half, will add like image adjustments, things like brightness and contrast or saturation. This one with the circle inside the rectangle will apply a layer mask. We'll be using that later in this project. The one that says FX is pretty much like special effects. Mainly used for text though, in my opinion. And this last one here, the link icon, will link layers together if you want them to like kind of like cooperate and do the same thing. So the new layer icon is what we need, but we need to click and drag our image layer onto the new layer icon. So if you watch up here, I'm going to click, hold, and drag it down and then let go over that button. And then you'll see that it says, well, yours will say whatever person's name yours is, and then you'll see a word copy next to it. We want to go ahead and rename this one. Let me double check what I called it. Original, yeah. So double tap on this text right here, like click, click, and you'll see that it highlights blue. Now you can rename it. So I'm going to call it original, O-R-I-G-I-N-A-L. And then I'm going to hit the return key. This will be our go-to image if anything goes wrong, that we'll have a duplicate of it. The one of your original, very, very original image right here has an eyeball next to it. This eyeball can hide it. You're not going to see a difference right now because we literally have 2 of them, but I'm going to click this eyeball out, and I'm also going to eyeball out the background layer for right now, so that the only eyeball shown is the original layer. Also, I want you to select your original layer. You can tell that the original layer, mine anyway, is selected right now because it's a lighter gray compared to the other darker grays there. So make sure that you have this one selected for the next thing that we're going to do. All right. Now that we're ready, we can get ready for this layer mask business. Over here on the left side of your screen, you're going to see a tool. I think by default, the object selection is the one that's selected first. So look for this. It's the 4th down from the top. If you do one of 2 things, you can get this expanded menu, and I'll show you which I think is a slightly better version right here. If you click and hold, you're going to see these 3 things pop up, or if you click with 2 fingers at the same time, you'll also see them pop up. I would prefer that you guys choose this one right here, the quick selection tool, and I'll show you why in just a second. So go ahead and get the quick selection tool. Once you have that selected, you'll notice at the top of your toolbar changes here. Most of us will get lucky and one button will work for all of us like instantly, and that is select subject right here. If you take a look at where my cursor is. So go ahead and just hit select subject. And we'll see how good of a job that does. That should grab just your person and isolate them from the background. And you'll see that I think that mine did a pretty good job. However, Chris here has really long hair, and you're going to see like weird gaps and stuff like that I don't really want. So if yours is like mine, where it didn't get it perfectly, you might want to take a look at select and mask right here. Once you hit select and mask, there is this amazing option called refine hair up at the top. You can just go ahead and hit that. And that will do a fantastic job of just kind of like trimming around little like pieces of hair towards like the end of them. If your person is bald or wearing a hat, you're probably good to go and you don't need to do that. After that, you can go ahead all the way down. I wouldn't really mess with this stuff down here over on the right. I would just hit OK on the bottom right. And you'll notice that it doesn't really do anything yet, right? It's still, the background's still showing, and just maybe your dotted ant line is different. If any one of your part like completely glitched out or just is really acting strange, you'll notice that there's this little selection of my microphone right here that didn't select. I think it thinks because of it's a similar color to the background, it didn't grab it. Look at the top left of the quick selection tool. This is why I wanted you to use it. You're going to see a normal one with a plus sign, and one with a minus sign. If you use the one with the minus sign, it'll actually remove parts of your selection. So if it's selected maybe some of the background and you don't want it, you can use that to remove it. The plus will add to your selection. So I can go over here and actually kind of click and drag around this area right here, and you'll see that it is now included in my selection. Oh, there's a little part right down there as well. Let's grab that. You can increase or decrease the size of your brush. Right now mine is like microscopic. You'll see that little crosshair that I have. There are 2 keys to the right of the letter P on your keyboard that are brackets. The left bracket makes your brush smaller, but if you hit and hold the right bracket, you'll see that your brush size gets really big, or bigger anyway. So again, left, small, right, big. That might help you select parts. So I want you to go ahead, take a second here, grab your character, make sure that, you know, their selection is good, that not much or ideally any of the background is shown. And then once you're ready, we're going to apply a layer mask, and with the click of a button, the background will be gone. Over in the bottom right where all those layer settings are, you're looking for this one right here, a circle inside a rectangle, and if you hover over it, it'll say add layer mask. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then you'll see that, poof, the thing's gone. You will see this checkerboard pattern as long as you hid your background. That's perfect. That lets us know that the background is transparent. There isn't one yet until we put our colors in. Also now, if you go and look at your original layer, you're going to see that this thing came up with this black and white icon. In this icon, anything that's white is actually shown on the canvas, and anything that's black, it's still there. It's just hidden from us right now, which is perfect. That way, if we do want to bring the background or incorporate it in, we can at a later date. All right. Last thing. There's a difference between selecting the layer mask that we just created versus the image itself. If you look at the original layer right now, I have the actual image selected because it has this little box around it. Watch the difference when I click on the layer mask. You see that box around the layer mask now? A lot of people will have the wrong one selected and they'll try to edit the opposite and it won't work. So just kind of keep an eye on which one you have selected at all times. This will actually be really important for the next thing that we're going to do. Alright, we want to duplicate the original layer again, because I want a copy of this original one, just in case anything goes wrong. So again, the new layer icon is down here in the bottom, it's the one with the plus sign. I need to take this, and I need to click and drag it onto the new layer icon and let go. You should see that a new layer appears called Original Copy. Let's double click on that text so that it glows blue, and then we're going to rename this one Cutout. C-U-T-O-U-T, and then hit the Enter key. This is the one that we're going to be applying the filter on. We no longer need the original layer shown as well, so you can click that eyeball off so that the original layer is now hidden, and that only Cutout has the eyeball. Alright, and the last thing that we're going to do as a group today, we're going to be applying a filter effect to your person. If you look at the very top of your screen, you're going to see something that says filter. It's right where my mouse cursor is right now. I want you to click on that, and you'll get a sizable drop down. The option that you're looking for is Filter Gallery right here that I have blue. So go ahead and click on that. Then you're going to see all these pop up. Just in case this is collapsed, these are these categories. The category that we're looking for is Artistic at the top. You can go ahead and click this little side arrow to expand it. And the one that you're looking for is Cutout. It's the middle top one right here. They are, I believe, in alphabetical order. Your cutout settings are really important. First things first, I guess, before I go into the settings, down here in the bottom left, you're going to see a zoom percent of 100. I'm going to tap minus a few times. That way I can see a little bit more of my photo and what it's going to look like. I already have the settings that I really think that you should have. Where it says number of levels over here on the right, I believe 7 is the best option. Edge simplicity, I believe 4 is the best option. And edge fidelity, I believe 1 is the best option. If you want to on your own, you can go ahead and slide these all around, but you'll see that let me just show you, number of levels 3, you get some weird results that way. It doesn't look as good as a painting. If you turn edge simplicity all the way up, it's so abstract you can't even tell what it is. And edge fidelity, it probably won't make a difference with how, it does actually a little bit. You can see a little bit more of them, but in my opinion, we want that 741 ratio. So you can literally just click inside these boxes and change those numbers to those and let that settle out. Afterwards, go ahead and hit OK. And then there you go. That should apply to your main thing. And you should see this little smart filter on it right there. All right. Let's go ahead and save this file together. I haven't really properly shown you how to do it in a YouTube video, so I probably did it in class, but just as a video, we're going to go here up to File in the very top left of your screen, and you're looking for the option that says Save As right here. After you click Save As, you're going to see this window pop up with two different things. I want you to look for Cloud Documents here on the left, and then your file name should already come up. It should be Smudge Painting / your name. And then you can hit save on the bottom right side. If your file name is not this, then you can go ahead and change it real quick and then hit the blue save button. Afterwards, the big thing that I want you to look for is once it is done saving, it might take a second or two. There's a progress bar in the bottom left here. That mine is stuck at 99. There we go. Next to your file name, like your actual thing that's open in the top screen, you should see this little cloud icon next to it. If you see that cloud icon, it means it's actually cloud saved, so you can access it from any computer that has Photoshop installed as long as you have an internet connection. If you look at my original one, it doesn't have a cloud icon next to it. That's just because I was working on it just on the computer alone. So cloud icon is the safer bet 99% of the time. All right, guys, next video we're going to get into what I think is the fun part, the smudge stuff. So